everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Slappin Kpop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Sammi.
Hi.
Maria.
Hello.
And Dan.
Hi.
And we are here to talk about our top 10 songs of 2021. And this might be a little bit surprising because we have done significantly less coverage on K-pop this year than we did last year.
Significantly.
So the only thing we really have out there that says anything that's indicative of our taste are the little best and worst of the quarter clip videos that me and Sammi make. And while these two lists are essentially me and Sammy's opinions alone, so It's pretty similar to what we've done.
Yeah. So
worst is more universally disliked than the best is universally liked.
Yes. This specifically is Kayla and I's, mostly our
This
opinions.
is Sammi and I's list,
we
the top
took
10.
Others'
This is our
opinions
list.
into consideration.
Me
and
personally,
then we
I put in
ignored them.
like 70% of the same song, so
Here's
it's
the
not
thing,
really
Dan.
that off.
We did take others' opinion into consideration, and then
did.
when we didn't agree, we ignored it.
We ignored it completely.
Entirely. So this is entirely our opinion. Sorry, not sorry. But
so if you happen to like any songs on this list, that's purely coincidental.
yeah.
Yep.
But also, there was such little good K-pop this year that I do think that this is
Sadly,
very
that's true.
universal to the point that, we had a limited selection. If it was
really
me and
did.
Kayla's opinion from last year, we would have gotten into fights.
This list would have been way different, yeah.
But this list is, I think, universally, I think people can agree that all these songs are good. Maybe not
I don't
the
think
best.
that's true.
Sure.
That's also not
Whatever.
true. There's one exception with Dan. Dan has an opinion that we will get to.
There's one I'd actively dislike, and then a bunch of indifference.
All
I'm
right.
just like, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
this year was just a very mediocre year overall,
Yeah, it was.
to be
It
honest with
was.
you. It wasn't
I'm very
terrible, but it was
upset.
just not memorable. You
There
couldn't
was like
remember anything.
3 or 4 albums that I loved to death, and everything in them, and then
That was
and then
it.
there was just a whole lot of blank spots
Yeah.
everywhere.
And
That's
it's
how I
like
felt.
kind of how K-pop has been for me generally since being into it, was like every other year is like
great.
really good, and every other year is kind of like a lull a little
That's
bit.
very true.
And I think that's a little bit why we don't have a lot of K-pop
Here's-
coverage this year too, is because we just like we're not into it that much.
Oh,
I think-
if we forced ourselves to do K-pop coverage, we would have quit. I would have quit.
Yeah,
I would have quit because there were months of like nothing.
of nothing.
There was
Just
months
absolutely
of
nothing.
You'll find also a lot of these songs cluster, that they all come out around the same time, which is also a very interesting trend.
Mhm. That's true.
It was ups and downs. It's like, wow, K-pop is great, and then it's just,
I
don't care anymore.
The thing
And then
is
it's
also
just-
If anything,
that,
the
while
beginning
I
of
will
this year
say
was probably
this
the
is
best.
not the worst year.
No,
By far
No.
not the worst
not
year.
the worst year.
Maybe
The
most
first year we started the
mediocre year.
podcast was pretty great.
We started
It was
on
a
a
lot of
really
fun
big
We did start
high,
on a
for
high.
sure. Yeah.
Start on a high for
I agree.
K-pop, a low for the world.
Sure.
But before we get into the official top 10, we have a short clip of our honorable mentions. Also, these are, at the end, you'll find that there are 4 songs that have our names attached. That is because we do an automatic in, which is a song that would not, by consensus, be an honorable mention, but everybody gets one that they personally love.
Yes, and
So
if you're listening to the podcast form of this is not going to be here because it's kind of just like 14 minutes of songs, so
Hey,
it'll
it's
only be in
6
the
minutes
YouTube
this
version.
year.
Well, it's
I
shorter,
cut it down.
shorter this year.
I cut it
But,
down this year.
I'm not putting it in the podcast version, so you're just not going to hear it.
So,
but if you
go
want to
check
go
it out
listen
on
to it, go to
YouTube.
the YouTube and check it out.
Mhm. So that was our honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Some notes. There are actually, this list went through 3 versions. Our official top 10 went through 3 versions. So there are 3 songs that were kicked.
Yes.
That we want to give special mention to, which is IU Celebrity was probably, I think, the last song we swapped out.
Kicked, yeah.
We love that song. That song's great. That's like, if we had to pick number 11, that would be that.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy's Irrelevant Answer, very close to making it.
Yep. That was really close.
And then one of the swap we had was also TO1's No More X. Mm-hmm. That was on there for a hot second.
And I'll speak for our resident 2 expert. He also agrees with me in saying that song is very mid.
Oh,
so to make it even into the top 10, we were both surprised.
Here's the thing. I also do want to mention that TO1 had my favorite 1 second of anything this year, which is that Woo and Son of Beast. Woo!
It's
my
so
favorite.
Fun.
It's my
so
favorite 1 second of a song. It's great. I love it. Woo! Woo! So does everyone want to talk about their entry?
Sure. Dan, you can go first.
Go first.
All right. Well, remember when I said I had 3 or 4 albums that I really liked this year? Well, Akmu released the one that I cared about the most. It's by far and beyond my most played album this year, and on contention for most played album of all time. I really liked it, and I chose Naka just because I think that's like the biggest one. But really, any single one of those songs could have been one of my choices. I loved all the collaborations. It just fit every mood that I could ever want. Fun, sad, exciting. It's such a great album, and as this is the year that Akmu really like took off for me. It's like one of the first groups I listened to, and then this year is kind of like, I'm gonna sit down and love them, and that's what happened.
Also, we did.
So I was really happy to see.
Also, we did limit you to having to be a single.
Yeah, well, I could have picked 7 songs there, but I didn't.
Kayla.
So mine is Rocket Punch's Bubble Up, which is their Japanese debut, and I have a soft spot for Rocket Punch because of number 1, Wolum, and number 2 because of Produce 48. And this song is the best they've ever sounded. I think this is the type of music I want them to make, because not only do they sound good, it's also like very just fun. And I would just love to see more of that out of them, because their Korean songs this year, not really it. Their Korean song, not loving that at all. But this one, really liked it. I thought it was really fun. I had to go down in the weeds for songs because I like so few songs this year that this is where I'm at for picking a song here. But I do really like it, so.
All right.
Yeah, and then for me, I'd probably say probably the one I listened to the most, ironically, would have to be Chona's album. I probably B-side Demente off that album's really good. She's basically singing in Spanish the whole time, and then her title track Bicycle is pretty solid too. And like a lot of her other singles that she had released previously, I like a lot on there. So it's a solid release from her. And that's the one that I just remember the most from this year. Probably doesn't help that I think it was released pretty early on this year too.
I was gonna say it's like a January.
It doesn't
Yeah,
help
that was
that
like a
it was
January.
it has technically been releasing for the last year and a half. I
Kind
think.
of, yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true.
True.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
actually
'cause a bunch
listened
of
to
her
this
singles,
album
yeah.
this year, just this week as well, just to remember it, and it was pretty good.
It was pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a solid first studio album, I'd say. And for some reason, it's the one that just stands out the most to me, for whatever reason, so... Yeah.
And mine was Ghost Nine's Soul. So I had a massive turnaround on Ghost Nine this year.
You did.
Turns
You really
out they're great. Take back everything I said. They're good. But this song, so it really started with with Up All Night, and then I went back and listened to Soul, which I didn't really listen to when it came out. And that song got stuck in my head for a solid 2 weeks. And I would just I keep going back to it, and it's just really fun, really good. I enjoy it. I've turned around on Ghost Nine. We like them now. Or at least
Yay.
I do. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're one of the I've turned around. They're actually one of the better debut. They've upped in the debuts from 2020.
Because
that
we
was-
had them down in the weeds.
now
when we
they're
did 2020
they have
debut.
escaped that. They've escaped
Yeah.
that. They're above many people. They're great. We love. So now we go to the official top 10.
Woo woo.
Do we just want to go
Hooray.
down the line? Dan, Kayla, Maria, me.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, Dan. It's number 10.
Perfect. I'm super happy to announce number 10 is One Us's Luna. One Us had a pretty crazy year if you think about it.
They went
had,
on a roller coaster.
They
really
had
are.
one full album, two mini albums, and then 2 special release singles, which then went into that, which is kind of crazy. I mean, last year they were in Road to Kingdom, so that kind of took away half their year. So it makes sense that now that they're able to just promote, they did.
But
and they
the
went crazy
quality
with
was
it.
also wild.
The quality
this
was
year.
all
It-
over the
Wild
place.
was a roller coaster.
It got
Jeez.
better as the year went
Oh,
on.
it
True.
did.
It was.
It
That was
just
a-
kept
was definitely
it just
got
was an
better.
escalating climb, and then to top it all off with Luna getting their very first win on a Korean broadcast show, so that was great. I this is slowly becoming my favorite title track. I think I put it right below Valkyrie and To Be or Not to Be. It's a top 3.
Dan, Valkyrie is your favorite boy group song.
It
ever.
is my
Oh my God.
favorite
Song
boy
ever.
group of all time, so that's why I'm saying I'm giving it very high praise. I think those three are just way above the rest of them.
Mhm.
They're so good. I'm happy that they also won with this concept because
And
Lit
not No
was
Diggity?
great.
Oh, I would have been upset.
I
if
don't
that had
even
no
hate
diggity.
No Diggity.
Oh,
That's the
man.
thing.
Oh,
I still
God.
like it,
I
but I also don't want
You're
that to be
also,
their sound.
what you're also the biggest wanna stand here.
True.
It's
as-
true.
From,
That is
from
very
a,
true.
From a more detached perspective, No Diggity is only okay because they are very talented.
No Diggity is a
That does help.
Blackpink song.
That is a
Once that
Blackpink
idea
song
was
done by
put in my
men.
mind, I can't unhear it. It's a
Jeez.
Blackpink song.
And the only reason it's passable is they are exceptionally talented. In a less talented group, that song would be atrocious.
Oh, jeez.
Terrible.
True.
It's,
True.
it's not a good song.
But I will say, so this might actually be my favorite One Us song of all time. Because the one before this that was my favorite was Lit. I loved Lit. Lit was so fun. This is elevated Lit. This is Lit, but more mature. This is
So we got the fans in the
This is
choreography.
more
now,
fans.
and
Actually,
I
I'd argue-
Zero English in the entire
I'd
song.
argue
that also adds to it a
Oh,
lot.
it makes
That's great.
it's a small thing that you don't notice the first time you listen to it, that there's zero
Mhm.
English in it, but it adds to it. It
Mhm.
elevates it. It's so
If-
good. The video's gorgeous.
Oh,
Everything's
it's
so pretty.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty.
It
I will
is.
say I don't necessarily love the live stages where they're wearing suits.
I don't know why that was a
I don't
choice that
love
was
it,
made. Was we're
but,
gonna
like,
do this song
they
in
still
suits.
look great. They cut
Yeah.
Xi'an's hair, not in the video, but they've cut Xi'an's hair.
I do love,
Oh,
I do
no.
love
Yay
that we've
for-
cut his
yay
hair.
for
I
cutting
do
Xi'an's
love that
hair.
we cut his hair. Love that
I
for
don't
him.
love his hair in the video, but like if that's my criticism is that
Also,
Xi'an
he
Xi'an
getting
got a
solid
haircut.
lines too. By
Also,
the way.
yeah,
Xi'an did
Xi'an's
get. Xi'an was
actually-
doing stuff this time.
They're
Xi'an is
all
doing
have a good place in the song. I feel like they all shined individually.
I also
as
think
well.
that this is one us figuring, like, because I think this year one us sort of, they jumped around in concepts.
They
I think
did.
they finally figured out what they're good at, which is I think that they are this pseudo Vix style, extremely good at doing conceptual K-pop. And I do think that if they continue that, it will be phenomenal. I think
Yes.
that One Us does very well with concepts.
Mm-hmm.
I
and
think
I want them to do
they took
more.
a little bit in the beginning of the year to figure out, well, what happens if we just release like a boy group,
What
like
if
a generic boy group song, and then
What
they're
if we
like,
just
well,
do a
maybe we
banger?
shouldn't do that anymore.
I also just think that, like, I think every boy group does try to do the banger. At
Yeah.
least
Mhm.
once they try
At
to do
least
the
once.
like the full generic banger. And then a lot of them find out that, like, well, that's not going to give us immediate success.
Mhm.
Because, like, you don't know until you try. And then this, I'm so happy this got them the success that they more of the success they deserve. Because this is the direction I want them to go.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for them coming up, whatever they want to do. Just because, like, this succeeded, so I think that they always take that. Whatever hits big, they always try and replicate it. And you see that in other groups a lot. Especially if it's something that goes big and you don't like it and they keep releasing more of it. Or groups trapped in a concept. I hope they do still diversify, but I hope that they realize that this traditional concept really works for them. And that they can do it. It's just, such a good one.
Again,
If
I
anything, I'd say this song is more like a mature version of Twilight, I think, because that's what this song reminds me a lot
Yeah.
of, and I love Twilight as its title track. I
It's
really
okay.
enjoy that, but yeah.
the other
One
thing
is
is,
great.
like, I think if they just alternate between something like this and something like Black Mirror, which is the
Yeah.
one we haven't mentioned, I think that those two fit far more into One Us than No Diggity
And I like
did.
whatever they were doing with like To Be or Not to Be and like that,
That too.
style of like very dramatic. I feel like if it is very Vix like where we're jumping between like kind of same like sound but different concept. I think
Mhm.
that's really good for them.
And amazing dancers as well.
Great dancers.
Mhm.
They can throw squad where they just throw the people
Also,
around. It's always fun.
If I can just steer people to watch the dance practice for this, because it's one of the most satisfying things I've ever heard, because the fans sound incredible. The
Yes.
synchronized fans sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, like, you hear, like, dance practices with props in the small echoey rooms, and it's just, like, loud banging or whatever they use.
Nah, the
And
fans sound great.
not with this one. This one
Fans.
sounds great.
Fans. Alright, so number 9?
All right. So number 9 we have Purple Kisses Zombie.
Women's.
RBW.
More RBW.
More
I will say,
RBW.
More-
RBW's on a roll.
I will say there, if we don't have an award for best K-pop company or
We don't.
K-pop company of the year, if we were to give one, RBW wins.
Yes, because RBW now also has Oh My Girl and ONF. Both of them did great
Both of them did phenomenal
this year too, along with
And
One Us
we've-
One Me and Purple Kiss.
And we've turned
Mamamoo.
around on ONF.
So yeah.
But, like, Purple Kiss debuted this year, and it was just such a good year for them.
Oh, a really good year for them. Yeah,
they
they
are one
like
of
did
my
well.
favorite girl group debuts that I have seen probably since Eyes One. Like
Oh,
I think
yeah.
they're fantastic. I've loved both their debut song and Zombie, and their entire just concept and like style of music is just like things that I want out of a girl group essentially. So
Mhm.
I just really love it.
The thing I love is that, like, from debut, we're getting great vocals, which is
Yes.
what I will, like, not to dig, but also to dig. Girl groups recently have like not had the best vocals.
They forgot that aspect of a group.
Or
a lot
at the
of
very
time.
least, they have not focused on their good vocalists because
No.
they've gone with
Yeah.
concepts where they sound like they're children.
Dancing or
yeah.
other, or just like.
I mean,
getting
I
a
feel like
bunch
the
of models to
child
try and be in a
sound
group.
has always kind of been around, except
But
that back in the
we're
day it was
getting
more
a
like
lot of,
electronic.
I feel like we used to have more balance. We used to have
True.
like child sound and like adults.
Mhm.
Now I feel like we're just sort of lingering in the child sound.
No, well, now we're also getting a lot of pseudo Blackpink, which is
Yeah.
not a thing that I enjoy at all.
And also not a
Because
thing
no
that's-
one's doing it well. So
And also, it's
I
not
mean,
a
Blackpink
concept
isn't
that's
even doing it
limited to
well.
good vocals. It's not a concept
Yeah.
where you're gonna like have like your main vocal
mhm.
thriving.
Mhm.
Purple Kiss.
Purple
is-
Kiss's main vocal gun is someone I had liked since Produce 48. So, and she's like really holding down like a lot of the vocals for that group, and I think she's fantastic, and it fits like their concept so well too.
I also like to shout out Swan. I love her voice.
Swan
a lot.
also
She's
is
also
great.
great.
She
yeah.
has like the Adele kind of like power vocals, and I really like that.
They're like the first girl group in a while where I like have full confidence in like
Oh, yeah.
that they're gonna just continue to be great. Like, because the girls are all wonderful. The girls all know what their strengths are. And the thing is, it's not just a vocal heavy group. The rapping's not bad. They don't
The
have
rap, they
much.
have good, they have good rappers. They have good
Who's
Who's not
rappers.
even
Yeah.
Korean.
And
She's
they're
Japanese.
good
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah.
And they're good dancers. They are the
True.
full
They are.
package.
They know how to dance.
The other thing is, I love this concept. This
It
concept
is.
so fun.
It's so cute because it like people are like, oh, it's a weird horror concept, but it's not really
It's
because
not.
it's like fun as well. It's like more of like a fun,
It's-
quirky
it's
thing.
like-
instead
yeah,
of
It's
just,
like-
a
They took a
full
page
like,
from
yeah.
Twice's debut. That's what they did. They took a page
Yeah.
from Twice's debut and
They
decided to
did.
expand
Exactly.
on
I
that.
see the same.
Yeah.
And I do
Because
Very
think
yeah.
similar.
it's so good to just see them, like... Because I feel like, you know, we've seen the pseudo-zombie concept before, but, like, oftentimes you'll take it like what... To mention, like, Golden Child did early this year with,
That was just like straight up like zombie
Burning,
apocalypse,
which is like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Or you go, like, full comedy route,
Mhm.
where you'd have, like, your,
Like
super,
Sunmi.
like,
She did that as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, this is, like, your fun little in-between. And, like, the focus is still on the group. The concept does not swallow them whole. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of times when you have, especially a concept that has just, like, a lot of props and a lot of people, you can kind of get lost. Which is
That
what
was
I
good.
felt
Yeah,
like a lot
they
happened
had
in
a
that
budget
Burn It
and they
video.
used it too. It didn't seem cheap.
Mhm.
They had a lot to go with it because sometimes they can do stuff like that and then it's just like, oh great, it's a zombie apocalypse. That means we need nothing, just a bunch of people in makeup.
Mhm.
But no, they still had a bunch of like quirky,
And
colorful
the sets are fun.
stuff.
Yeah,
Really
the
fun
sets are
A
fun
lot of
sets. I like the
too.
design
Yeah.
of them.
They literally got a tank.
It's very
was pretty
cute.
funny.
I love... Honestly, I just want more from Purple Kiss. They're gonna be phenomenal.
I was skeptical after the first one because it's kind of, I didn't really realize what they're going for, but I think this is defining them a little bit better, so I'm okay with it.
I want more of this.
Yes, please.
So number 8.
Yeah, number 8 is MCND's Crush.
So MC&D had a great year.
They had a lot, and I think this was my favorite MC.
This
I've
is
never
definitely my favorite
been
MC&D
my
song.
MC and D fan like.
It's the one I
Sammy
like the
and
most
Lucas
I've
are.
listened to, but I think you guys are more on board with MC&D than I am, but I think it's part of it's because they're more rap heavy and
Alright.
They're very rap heavy.
They're very.
Yeah.
They've always been very rap heavy.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
mean,
a
like-
fan where I made a turnaround on MC&D this year because it was started with Crush because I really liked Crush, and then moved
This was in
right
January
after.
as
Yeah,
well.
this was
Is
one
it?
of the
Oh,
first
yeah,
Right
it
at the
is.
start of the
This
year.
came out
It
January
is.
7th. This was one of the first K-pop songs that came out this year.
Yeah, it's and it's held on this long. I think
it's
that
better than
goes
Ice
to say-
Age, so I'll give it that.
There you go. That's a good thing.
Hey, I
Because they
love
always
it.
had
It's
this
always
MC and D
improvement.
sound.
I like the
Every
production
single
too.
one of
I like the
them.
production better on this one, so
I do too.
yeah.
So I
Crush sounds different. That's why I like it. There you go.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
had to say.
I mean, personally, I was a slightly... I mean, I love Crush. I was a slightly bigger fan of Movin', But this is, I've been all in on MCND from debut, as people will know.
Yes,
I've been all in.
know.
But this is them just continuing to improve. The production, I will say the production is a step up from what they did last year, even though I do love Ice Age in a ridiculous manner. Because it's very fun.
Because it's just funny.
It's funny. I like it. It's fun. They're cute. But this is just an actually very good, well-produced track. I do want to mention there are 2 vocalists who do not get the credit that they deserve because they are out. They're 3 rappers to 2 vocalists, and they are still holding it down. So great for them.
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm not more as hooked on is because I've just gotten so used to listening K-hip-hop that it's just like a lot of the idol. I think they've gotten better over the years, the idol rappers, but it's also just like I know there's better rappers within Korea, so it's still kind of like one of those things that's like if an idol group has good rappers, and that kind of impresses me. I think these guys are fine. No shade to them, but it's like I guess I'm used to like a different caliber, so I think that's why that kind of holds me back.
I hate K-hip-hop.
See,
so like this is the rap I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like
that's like real K-hip-hop is a style of rapping I can't listen to. Like
I cannot. I can't do it. It hurts.
But like,
me.
there's also different styles.
It's just different. Yeah, it's just a different
like,
style of rap.
There's like different types though. Like you got your more old school, you got your more trap, you got. There's just different. It's different definitely from the idol groups though, for sure. Because they're not rapping usually the pop music. Although sometimes a couple of them do. But for the most part, they don't really, so.
I don't know. I just like that MCND sort of figured out very early on what they wanted to do. And have, like, varied slight... It's like, again, same...
They're very much in the same
consistent.
genre. Yeah, it's very consistent, for sure.
And honestly, it's consistently good, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's, like, consistent and it's, like, it's like a style of music, like, you enjoy, like, of course. Like, that is... They're still doing, like, the same thing, but I think they're doing it really well, so... It's been
same
good for
character, but change the font
Exactly.
the font a little bit.
Change the font, yeah.
You know.
Don't copy it too hard.
Don't copy it too hard, but just change the font. Make it fun and interesting. Add a little spice.
Yes.
So keep doing what you're doing, MCND. I love it. Castle J, still one of the best
Castle
K-pop.
J.
I just want to mention Castle J every time because it's one of the best K-pop
I like the
stage
MCND
names.
stage names because I found Bic also very fun.
Castle J.
It's a fun yeah.
It's a pen. He's a pen.
I like that. Yeah, I like that the rappers get stage names. Then you have Min Jae and Hui Jun.
And then there's also
the 2 unsung
Win.
heroes in this. Yeah, Win.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the
It's
only
fun.
Win in K-pop soon to be.
Oh, that's so sad. Don't say that.
He's not in 20. He's not there now.
It's so sad though.
What are we on? 7?
7.
So at 7 we have Twice as the Feels.
Yay!
Twice's first all-English song. And honestly, it's great. I did not have faith in this song when it first was announced.
Because what's great about it is that it's just a Twice song, but it's in English. Like, they didn't change their style in any way because they were releasing a full English song. Like, it's just still a Twice song, and it's a great Twice song, so...
Again, same character, change the font. The font is now English.
Exactly.
Now it's in English.
The font is in English.
Now it's just English.
And
it's
like
and also I think because they've like I don't know been so like into K-pop it's not like bad English either.
No,
like, whoever gave them the lyrics was like not like they make
They
sense.
did their homework.
Like,
they did their
make
homework.
Someone who speaks English proofread the song and was like, no, this makes sense. Like again, it makes sense as much as grammar in a song makes sense.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like it makes there's
but it's
no
not, like,
random
it's not
words
glaringly bad. Like
No,
Also,
no.
yeah.
Nothing is glaringly mispronounced.
which is
True,
good.
That's also true. Like I listened through the song the first time without having subtitles, and I understood pretty much all of it. Like it was pretty good.
Especially since a
English.
good chunk of these members don't really speak English at all. I think
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't. None of them do.
Like,
They're
there's
just-
really-
Only
they're
Mina.
really bad.
well, I don't know, Mina.
She can
like,
pronounce the best, but she can't speak
No,
it at
not
all.
Like
Fluently.
fluently, yeah.
No one can
speak
speak
fluently.
it. Anytime, any interview, even for English stuff, they basically are just told it in Korean and they answer in Korean. They don't ever really. If they
Yeah.
answer in English, it's like I like it or
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like
simple.
it.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like,
simple.
they
Very
do-
simple.
But again,
So they did a really good job with it. Like especially knowing that like none of them are really proficient in English, but it's really good. It's around TikTok a lot.
oh,
And as someone who's really into TikTok, I hear the song often, but I still don't get sick of it. I think it's
That's
fun.
funny.
I think it's super, super fun.
But like outside of like K-pop TikTok is what
Oh,
you're
no,
saying?
outside entirely outside of
It's
K-pop
just
TikTok.
it's just
It
like
Nice.
people will it's just around. Like people will use it just as background music for TikToks, or they'll
Yeah.
do like little tiny like cover dances because the dance is also very easy to just
the
do.
dance is, I think it's twice going back to like their roots of just very cute viral dances of just something anyone can easily do.
Oh
Only
yeah.
better than Cheer Up because it's actually a good song.
Yeah.
They also don't pronounce
Shots
Cheer Up
fired.
incorrect. Cheer Up was kind of pronounced incorrectly, or like I thought it was entirely different
I
word
just
back
think
then.
that
So
this is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just think that Twice went back to their more like cutesy roots this year, and it's
They
just shown how much they've improved from when they used to do it like 3 years ago.
Because it's definitely an
It's
evolution
such a-
of that, but
Yes.
it's so much.
Yeah.
It's so
So
much
much
better,
better.
now. Yeah.
They've gotten so good, and I'm so happy for Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Last year they went a little bit more serious and darker, and then this year they went pretty light and not taking like anything really seriously, which is kind of nice.
I like
Yeah, it
that.
was really nice.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the resident Twice simp,
Mhm.
I did enjoy it. Would I have put it in the top 10? Probably not, just because one, I've listened to it too many times at this point, where
That's
I have gotten to that
Listen,
like
would have,
sick
would
point.
have.
problem. That's
Listen
a,
to
you did
that.
that to your.
That is a you problem.
But I did like a lot of their B-sides this year, probably a little bit more than some of their title tracks. So that
Scandal
kind
is
of
a great B-side off of their EP this summer.
They're-
Such a good B-side.
yeah. And Espresso in their most recent one.
Mm.
I like this. That's kind of what happens. Is like, oh, I like that, but I also like these songs more.
these
So it kind of
other
like
B-sides
overshadows.
better, yeah.
Mhm.
I get
So,
that.
but I do think Twice had a pretty good year, considering they were kind of all over the place with members on hiatus and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they did good job.
Yay, Twice.
Hey,
Hooray.
Twice.
Yay, Twice.
So Dan, you get this one.
I get to announce our good old favorite number 6, JO1's Icarus. I have listened to this song probably not even all the way through. So
Look, here's the thing.
here's the thing, right?
Look.
JO1 is great, and I'm glad you guys like him. I don't get it, but that's just me.
Okay, look.
So.
J.O.
I'm glad you're
okay,
happy.
look,
Let's
look,
just put it
look,
that
okay.
I
way.
might say out of this
Alright,
one
look,
mostly.
Okay, look.
Look.
Here's the thing. We had to include something because this year was entirely, my brain was entirely dominated by
Yes.
produce groups.
Yes.
Kayla and I have
Correct.
fundamentally changed as people
I
this
am a
year.
different person having
Because of
known
this
JO1
group.
as a group. I am a
I am
different
a
person now.
fundamentally
Now
different-
having
Good lord.
known JO1.
Fantastic.
Between them and Next
And
I-
Orbit.
and Orbit, and now I a little bit.
And
And the
Into
Nine.
One, all of them.
Everyone.
the Nine,
all of
yeah,
these
all of them.
groups. I have
I'm a different
fundamentally
person.
changed as a person.
I am a different person now.
I think I've improved as a person. Our,
Mhm.
our entire life for January and February were entirely consumed by produce. We
Oh,
have to
yes.
honor that. And honestly,
It has.
JO1 had the most consistent year this year than anybody else in the music industry.
Perhaps at this
Literally
point.
not-
literally constant music from them. Like and also considering that me and Sammy learned about JO1 existing as a group in January, they released a single in like March, and then another one in July, and there's another one in December. And
Good
for
lord.
Japanese single albums, is essentially a mini album because there are like 6 to 7 songs on
Yes.
them.
Mind
And
you, we also
None
got,
of them are bad.
mind you, we also got an OST for a terrible Japanese show, The
Huh.
Dreaming Night.
They
And
got a Boruto opening.
And we also got Freedom, which was a commercial for something.
It was like a YSL.
It was a YSL perfume.
Mhm.
So
They
we got,
also
all
did,
of those are
like,
great songs.
They're also like the
The
like
Kit Kat song?
the Kit Kat. There's like they're Kit Kat Japan like ad people. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Ad
Interesting.
representatives. So
Yes. Brand
we got a
ambassador.
Kit Kat song. Yeah. Yes,
Endorsing
that's it.
Kit Kats.
Endorsing
Great.
Kit Kats.
Nice.
One of their albums comes with a Kit Kat sticker. I think
Yep.
it was
Ooh.
the
I mean, that's not
I
a bad
threw it
gig
away.
to be
Yeah.
endorsing Kit Kat, honestly.
on the plastic of their jewel
There's a
cases.
Kit Kat
on,
sticker.
I think it was on the
That's funny.
Challenger, right? Or was it on?
Yeah, it's on the July one. The Kit
Well, that's
Kat.
funny that there's
Oh,
literally
yeah,
Kit
I
Kat
think that's
sticker.
stronger. It's one of them. Kayla and I own fucking box sets of fucking
We
jewel
buy.
cases.
I buy J-pop box sets of jewel cases now.
Yeah,
because of
J-pop
JO1.
CDs are expensive.
I'm
fun
tired.
They're
fact.
so
Hey,
expensive.
They're $90 every comeback.
Every
I want to point that
time.
out.
Oh
every
my
time.
goodness.
We
And
pay
But yeah.
$90 every
cases.
comeback for this.
But that's the reason exactly why companies try to get their groups into Japan, because
We're
you get a
paying
lot
for
more money
fucking
back
jewel cases.
on music.
This is not a K-pop
I'm
album.
buying
This is a
jewel
jewel
You get a
cases.
lot more money
This is
back
3
on
jewel
music
cases in a
Japan.
fucking box
Yeah.
with a
I
member's
do.
face on it.
And granted, I
And
do
I
really
happily
enjoy.
pay it.
I really enjoy having the box, and I am now collecting. I want
A
a
full
full
set.
set of all
Same.
member box sets.
Same.
Oh
So
my
Same.
god.
That's the
So
goal.
far, Kayla and I we have Ren and we have Shion. You are getting
I'm
Show
getting
and I am
Show,
getting
yeah.
Rookie. So we will eventually have a full set of boys.
if they
Oh
have
gosh.
12 comebacks, I will have 12 different JO1 box sets.
Oh
God
my
damn it, will they
God.
have
Good
12
luck to you
comebacks?
too.
Please help.
Because they are
Good
a
luck
full
to you
group.
too.
They
are.
forever. They're not a
Great thing
temporary
about
group.
Produce Japan is they're a real group. They're not a temporary group.
Oh, that
so.
is nice.
Oh, that's
And
good.
J-pop
That's
groups
nice.
never die.
K-pop
so-
groups never die. If we've
Genius.
learned anything from JJ,
No, the
J-Soul
Exile,
Brothers.
J-Soul
Exile
Brothers from
Tribe.
the Exile Tribe. Yeah.
whatever the fuck that is. If we've learned anything, J-pop groups never die.
hmm
But off of that
Oh,
rant,
good for
Icarus.
them.
So anyway, Icarus is here
Icarus.
because this is just their best song from
Jeez.
the
This is
year.
by far. This
Essentially.
wasn't
Yeah.
technically the single.
It's not. It's a B-side. It has a performance
How
video
dare
though,
you.
so it's here.
We get to. Dan, we did every episode
Listen.
this year.
Listen,
That's fair.
this is
Listen.
let us have this.
Let us have this. We went on a
Come
5-minute
on.
rant.
Let him have it.
Go ahead.
I
I'm
fundamentally.
Let him
not,
have
I'm
it.
not stopping
This
you.
is
I
the-
just won't
This
understand
is the follow-up
ever.
song to Monstar I've been like waiting for since
Mhm.
knowing about that song, and it's just great. I love it. It's so good.
So emotional.
It's so pretty.
So great vocal. I don't know how the hell Produce Japan ends up with great vocals off of that show.
Don't get it.
Where
They are
sound
so
like that?
they are so much better than what I have ever expected them to sound like, having watched
Mhm.
Produce Japan and the quality that they were on that show. Like they're so much they've improved immensely from
This
that.
just JO1 makes like elevated K-pop songs because like this is more
They're
like
making
a K-pop,
K-pop
song
and
than a
Japanese.
J-pop song. Yeah,
They're making K-pop and Japanese.
But, like,
Joe.
They are.
Good
That is really
K-pop.
it.
good
Yeah.
K-pop, not like current boy group loud K-pop.
No,
I&I
yeah, they're
is-
not.
I
is
is
doing
making
that.
current boy group K-pop.
This is giving me more second gen vibes.
Yes,
This is
and I love
giving me-
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
This is giving me vocal centric because Shion's not a rapper. Xion never claimed to be a rapper.
Shion learned to be a rapper on Produce
Produce.
Japan.
Yep,
Yeah.
because no one else wanted to.
Mhm.
But he's doing
Fantastic.
great. We love him.
Love him.
He lives, he thrives.
Yes,
Ren, living, thriving, being the best produce trainee that's ever happened.
yes,
Better Ren. Better
Better.
Ren, better Shion, all of it.
all of them.
All of it.
Love them so much.
I think we need to move on.
We have to move on.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going.
We'll keep going.
Next off at number 5, we have One Wee's Reign to Be.
떨어진 내 창밖을 보는데 김이 넌 날 기다리며 서 있어 하늘에 비어 내게 놓치지 않게 운명적인 만남 필연적인 사랑을 위해
Talk about rain to be, the pool that the rain is flooding.
This is
to
the
their
funniest
necks.
music video I've ever seen in my life.
I
It's
love this music video
unintentionally
so
funny,
much.
Why
but
is
it's
it so good
funny.
for a band concept? It works so well with the bands.
Mhm. So this is One Week continuing their emo boy phase, which started when they debuted and will continue, I think, forever.
Yes.
And I love it.
This
I
was
mean,
who
keep
they
it
are.
up. It's great.
Mm-hmm. This entire mini album as a whole is like one of my
Phenomenal.
favorite things that's been released this
Phenomenal.
whole year. It's so good. Rain to Be is
Aurora?
just like Aurora's great, Veronica's great.
Veronica's so cute. I love
the
it.
The whole thing is great.
The whole thing warms my heart. I'm the resident One We simp. Hey, look, more
Yes.
RBW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RBW.
More
reminded me of you.
RBW.
Look at that.
RBW is on
3
all
out of
this
10
year.
RBW
Three
songs.
of
out of
them,
10.
yeah.
RBW Company of the Year right now.
Mhm.
But
At this point, honestly.
this I'm the One We simp. I will accept that.
You are.
But
Mm-hmm.
this year they stepped it up a notch.
Yeah, they
Everything is just. I feel like they've been building toward this because you had Regulus, you had A Book in Memory, you had all of that as we've been building. This is just them going above and beyond, and also almost drowning in a pool. Harris
Literally.
is about to
Fun.
die.
Karen is about to die in the music video.
It's like the one. You're right. They did put him on a platform because how else?
'Cause he was gonna die
He would have
otherwise.
died otherwise. He's sitting. But like,
I mean, I'm
I-
assuming all the stuff
you
that they
haven't
brought
seen
in there
this
was like
music video-
broken because
Oh,
like
it's
that's a
phenomenal.
lot of water damage on a lot of instruments. and
they
whatnot.
sacrificed their.
They definitely
sacrificed their
sacrificed
instruments.
every single
No, they
piece
have.
of equipment
They had
in that
to-
They
music
had to be
video.
broken. Most of that had to be broken and not working.
No,
Yeah,
some
otherwise
of those
it's just a
guitars
waste.
are their actual old, like they were getting new equipment, but they just sacrificed the guitars they had used up to that point.
Oh jeez.
And also, I think Sia had to have sacrificed that one, like, fucking
Band that he always has.
the
Leopard
print.
band.
He has a new one. He's still. No, don't worry. He got a new one. It's still the
Oh
same
my
He'll
God.
always
band.
have. He'll always
He'll
have
always
it.
love the
leopard.
leopard print. The boy wears leopard print in his everyday life too. Like, this is just
My
his
gosh.
aesthetic.
Mhm.
But also, they go so hard in this the thing with it is it's just so over dramatic. I love when K-pop goes over dramatic because it's just.
Dramatic and keytar
And
as well.
keytar.
Dramatic guitar, yes.
But also, like, Dongmyeon and Younghoon are just going for it. Like they're just like belting their hearts out.
yes.
Oh yeah, they are. They're just like going hand with the vocals, and I appreciate that. from
There's a
rock group.
guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
Love the guitar solo, like
While also trying not
neck
to
deep
drown.
in water.
Yeah, while trying not to drown. I know other people on this podcast don't love Sia's rapping, but I think
Yes.
he's
There's,
quite good.
there's only one person.
Other people on this podcast who are not present here today.
But I like him.
Oh jeez.
Mhm. I don't think he's bad. He's
No, I don't.
fine.
Also a resident cameo in Purple Kiss's Zombie as well,
Mhm.
Oh.
which is pretty cute.
He's a RBW family forever. I mean, Purple Kiss did do a dance practice to End of Spring.
I'm pretty sure they're in the
I think
music
they're
video
in
before
They're
there
in
they
the music
debuted.
video, and so
Yeah.
is One Us, and so is Alexa.
Yeah.
Alexa
It's
not
just a
part
whole-
of the RBW family, but
It's a
also
whole party
present.
in that music video.
I mean, I will say,
Alexa's been in Mamamoo as well, so I think she's just kind of
It's because
friendly.
it's because the like the people that RBW gets to make their music video is like Alexa's company,
Mhm.
so
Ah.
she gets
Oh.
she gets to
She
be
gets
in
to
music
come.
She just
video.
shows
Was it
up.
ZB
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Gotcha.
she just gets to come along. But
That makes sense.
what I also will say, for as much as it's not to go back to Shion, but not to rip into Shion more than
Not
we
to
already
rip
have.
into
No.
but-
Shion even more.
Don't do
But-
Oh
it.
jeez.
I'm very happy Shion's doing more. Shion's still not doing as much as his brother. His brother is
Shion's
going
twin
for it.
brother
Oh.
is infinitely doing more.
Dongmyeon is just like going for it.
I forget that those two are twins.
They
Like,
don't look
they're
like
in
twins.
different groups.
Duncan looks more like a different member of One Us.
Duncan
than he
looks more
does.
gun he does like Shion.
Yes, he does.
My
He looks
gosh.
more like a different
Which is
member of One Us
funny.
than his own brother,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
Maybe he was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole
knows?
conspiracy theory that Dongmyeon was supposed to be into One Us and then got brought along his twin brother as a replacement. So.
Yeah, he was like, Oh no, you can be in this band if you just give us your own replacement. It's fine.
It's like, have my twin brother. Here you go.
Bro, I think you
Jeez.
need to do me a solid real quick. Can you
Yeah.
just be in this K-pop group so I can live my dream?
Mhm.
And Xiao, like a good brother, did it.
He's the best Machnik.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Maria,
Mario,
this
you
one's
want to give us number 4?
All right. Next one is Ace with Down featuring Gray.
I'm not the type to catch feelings. Something about you got me stuck and I'm sinking. Let me your hanger come and save me. Cause I'm falling down, down, all the way down now. Let's get away and spend a weekend. Let's take a flight, put you back off the ceiling. Somewhere just you and I can relax.
Mhm. If you'll notice, we have 3 non-Korean songs on this list.
I think that just proves the quality of K-pop this year.
That
more
is the
than
year
our
we've
own
been
taste.
having.
There you
Oh,
go.
yes. I love this song
This
so
song
much.
is so good.
I don't love that the music video is vertical. I will say.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
like a-
great.
It's a TikTok video, so
It's basically a TikTok
Fine.
video, like a
Yeah.
4
And
minute
again,
long TikTok video.
Me and Kayla got really into TikTok this year.
I did get really into TikTok
does
this
just-
year.
It does feel like TikTok. Especially
does.
the craziness that idols do on TikTok now.
Oh yeah,
They're-
100%.
they've gone
yeah.
wild.
Jeez.
Someone
But
needs
I-
to come get them.
I also like the full Ace version of the song better than the version featuring Gray. I don't think that they need to be there.
I don't
Gray
think Gray
version.
really adds anything.
They don't need to be there at all.
Well, all he does is take lines from.
He does a rap verse, I think. And but
Yeah.
he's like not. I don't think it's good. Like I don't think his rap verse is better. So I just like the full Ace version.
Yes.
It's
yes.
better.
This
That's
is
so
great.
fun.
That is by
On
far
first
the best
listen,
thing
I was
Ace
just
did
like
this year.
instantly like, what?
Exactly.
Well, I like Changer as well. Changer was
I like
great,
Changer.
I think
Yeah.
Changer's fine.
which is sad
I
because
also
now
like
half of them are in the military.
I also like
Exactly.
Spark, the OST to the drama Light on Me. Recommend if you haven't seen it.
We've talked before, but what higher is just an Astro song. So that
It would have
was a
been so
little
much
bit
better if
disappointing
sung by
coming
Astro.
from Ace. Yeah.
And One by Astro
True.
is also an Ace song, which would have been
Yeah,
very much better
They
sung
just
by
gotta
Ace.
switch. They gotta switch songs.
Gotta flip,
And I don't
flip
like
a
to talk
row.
about either of those songs because
No,
they make me sad.
they make me upset.
Because they would have been phenomenal by the other group.
Yeah, but this song Down is like not really a song
Here's
I
the
would
thing.
expect to come out of Ace,
The
but
other
it's
thing-
like
But like
still
when I
great.
think about it, I don't know who else could do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like thinking about this song and I'm like, you know, sometimes you can assign this K-pop song to a different group. We assigned No Diggity to Blackpink the minute we heard it.
Yep.
This I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, but like who would I give this to? And I'm like, it feels like an Ace song now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does.
They embody it so well.
No, it's very cute. The chorus hits so hard. The instrumental is great. Gets stuck in your head, and you can sing along because it's in English.
And like it's good English. Like it's like
It's
I
Exactly.
good.
understand
Oh, everything
what
is
they're
understood.
saying.
I didn't need
Oh, yeah.
any.
Yeah, it's pretty clear,
subtext.
which is like twice.
Which is
Because
you
they're
know,
really good,
which is good.
pronunciation because they're really good singers. It helps.
The other thing
It
is
helps
also
when
that,
they're
like,
great at singing. Yeah.
They
Yes.
don't have any.
I'm not calling out Twice or anything, but not as good as Ace.
True.
Dan's calling out his favorite group.
Whereas we
Dad
like to do-
throwing
we like to do
shade
I
that
at
can't.
often.
Director
I can't
Twice.
defend Twice's vocals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean
Fair.
that's JYP in general, though.
That is
You
a
know,
JYP problem.
JYP
That is not
favors
the
entertainment
thing.
over good vocals typically. I feel like so.
Yeah.
Yes, that's just their thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is fine. Which is
I mean,
why
you
I
know,
still love.
SM doesn't have great rappers.
They're
Everyone
entertaining.
has their own faults.
But SM got them vocalists though. They got at least one power vocalist.
And until
in each group.
recently, they've actually known how to use them.
True.
Now they don't got. Now they don't even have. Now they're not even using their vocalists.
No.
But that's for
Nah.
next week's episode.
That's for another day.
That's for next week's episode. Come back
Yep.
for that.
Come back for
Gee,
that
I
one. That'll be
wonder what
probably
song
more fun
that
than
will
this
be.
one.
Gee, I wonder what song you're gonna be talking about. For
I
next
wonder.
time.
I wonder.
I
There's a lot of
wonder.
there's a lot of
No
There's
options.
a lot of options. There's
So
a lot
many
of
options.
options. I
Just wait
have a
till
feeling. Yeah, I know
next
which one
week.
it is.
hmm
Jeez.
So anything
Okay.
else about Aces Down, or are we going to
No,
number 3?
I
Our
just
bronze
I just
Gucci.
love
medal.
it. It's great. Bronze medal.
Bronze medal is going to 17's Rock With You.
I tell you this time I wanna rock with you. Moonlight, 이 밤에 shine on you tonight. I wanna rock with you. 그 어디를
Oh, that's such a good song.
So good.
It really is so
I love it
good.
so much.
Really, really good.
Also, shout out to the live band version of that song because that's even elevated.
It's like
version of
elevating
that. It's
that.
so good. Yeah.
I've wanted 17 to do this concept for years.
We got it.
I know, I love it.
It's so catchy, and it's so I think with both this and with Aces Down, like those two songs, I think are very much in this like same like it's in a similar bubble to where like Western pop music is right now, which I really like because I've really liked Western pop music that's come out this year. So those two songs have been like similar to that, and I love both of them like so much.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Like, sometimes, especially in their Japanese songs, like, Call Call Caller and everything like that, they've gone a little more rock influenced. And in, like, their few of their B-sides, like, Thinking About You, they've, like, gone with this, like, more rock-inspired concept.
Mm-hmm.
And I've loved it. I've loved it every time. And I was like, do a title track, do a title track, do a title track. And this is beyond anything I could think about. It instantly became one of my favorite 17 title tracks.
Oh, it's up there for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's super good. And it's like for a while I was like, is this just like a recency bias thing? Because I feel like maybe it is, but then it's still just as good as when I first heard it. Like it's just a really good song.
Mm-hmm. I love them.
I love it.
This
much.
is the year I finally decided
took
to
how many?
figure out 17.
How many years? Yeah.
Well, okay, here's...
17's always been a
me
pretty
and
solid
your own
group
brother
range.
telling you.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing, right? They came out at a really bad time. When I first started, like, this podcast was kind of like when Left and Right came out and Falling Flower, and both of those are not
Falling Flower is phenomenal.
for me. No, they're not.
Yes, it
okay,
is.
and here's the other thing I realized, that everything I did end up liking about 17 all revolved around one person.
You're a
And I was just like,
Sungkwan
wow,
Yeah.
I am the biggest Sungkwan sip. It was like, oh wait, Fallen Flower, he barely sings in that because he was injured during that. Oh great, that makes sense now. Oh wait, why is Do Re Mi like my favorite B-side? Oh, it's because he's singing it. And it was all culminated into like every part that I liked about stuff. It always revolved around him. And I was just like, it makes sense. Also, I want to point out that it's intimidating to try and learn all the members.
Is it?
But that is the biggest lie ever.
That is not true.
It's so
Is it?
easy to
It's
learn
so
the members.
They look nothing
I was
alike.
like,
They sound
wow.
They look nothing alike at all.
As soon
Nothing
as you
alike.
like take like a minute or two to like actually look at how they're distributed between the different units and like how they sound and
It
then
makes
how
perfect
they
sense.
and how they look as
Yeah.
well. They all look very. I was like, oh, this is so easy. There's groups that with like less members that I still find way harder than like 17 was. Like going through all the music videos at least once and you already figure it out. It's so easy.
It's so easy. I went 17
and
in
then
like
I
a
listened
couple
to them
hours when I
a
first
lot
heard them.
this year. Yeah, and so I just went back because I mean, like I liked a couple of their songs, but this year was great. I like Ready to Love as well.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like the
that's
B
also
sides
good.
more on that,
Mm.
but Rock with You was a
I
perfect
want to
end
mention
to the
the
year for
pretty
them.
of this year, which is Game Boy.
Game Boy, love Game Boy.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh,
I love
Game
that
Boy.
song.
I went
It's
so
yeah
fun.
hating it to like loving it, and I was just like, this is such a weird song. Why is it like
It's the pretty
still good?
equivalent of this year, where
the
it's
pretty
so
of this
The
stupid.
year.
lyrics are so
It's so
bad,
stupid,
though.
but it
You
brings me
can't take it
immense joy.
seriously.
It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
It's so fun.
The thing-
It's so funny though.
Yeah.
Vernon's silly.
And the thing
Vernon,
with,
I love Vernon. It's fine.
yeah.
He had a year.
The other thing with Rock With You is I feel like 17, for a while, they've, like, been slow, like, at debut, not as much, but, like, as time has gone on, they've learned, like, how to essentially give every single member of a 13-member group a moment to shine in a song,
Yes.
which is, like, groups with 5
Very
people
challenging.
cannot do that. This group
No.
of 13 has
Even
given
with
a
less
single,
members.
has given a
Oh,
moment
yeah.
to every single member in the same song. And they're so
Mhm.
good at it and doing it consistently. And I love that. And this song
That
is
was it's
Oh, yes.
really well done.
Yes, yes.
Everyone, fits perfectly within it.
Mhm.
I will have to say my only complaint
Not enough
is
Sungkwan?
on the actual album. Well, no, there's plenty of Sungkwan and he was great. I loved it. He had a chorus. He danced center. That was great. it was the subunit songs that for their individual
Those were
groups.
Those were
That
They were
good.
not. They were
Yeah,
not what I was
those were not
expecting.
that
The
good.
vocal unit did not do like a power ballad like I like, and the rap did like this weird, like not hard hitting rap either. And the dance one was fine. It wasn't what I was hoping for, especially since there hasn't been like actual unit group songs for a while. But that's okay. It was still like between this and It's You, it was such a good album as well. Or To You, not It's You.
I mean,
It's great.
I just
love
think this song makes up for I do think there are slightly mediocre 17 B-sides, but this song I feel like makes up so much for that. This song
Oh, for
is
sure.
so
I think
phenomenal.
it's
Yes.
kind of that curse of you either like the B-sides and don't really care for the title track, or the opposite. And I feel like I cared for the title track way more than I cared for the B-sides, but I still really liked it. And again, now that 17 like clicks and makes sense for me, I like them. I'm sorry. It was like last year. I think it was Astro that finally clicked.
Last year
this
was
year is
Astro,
17.
this year is 17. Who will
What's
be next
next?
You
year?
got it finally.
Not JO1. I'm
It's
gonna.
gonna be
It's
JO1.
JO1,
JO1
yes.
or Orbit?
No, it's staying in the
JO1
corner.
or Orbit?
No, they're going in
JO1.
the corner, and I
Oh,
don't want
God.
to touch them.
JO1.
No
Stay
comment.
away from me.
No comment.
So, Dan, you get to your favorite.
No.
Number
Your
All right,
favorite.
the only song I said there was one song I didn't care for is our number 2, Golden Child's "Burn It."
Golden Child's Burn It is the best Golden Child title track. I will be taking no questions at this
Well,
time.
there are no further questions
Golden
at this time.
Child
No further
is
questions or opinions at
washed.
this time.
Dan?
They
shush.
haven't. I don't like.
Shush.
I don't.
No
I didn't
way.
even listen to their most recent one. It was so. I don't care.
I like that you've gone
Sorry.
Golden Child wash after one comeback and refused to...
To listen
What are you
to their
talking about?
other
The last
comebacks.
three. The last three were like not great this year. Burn It was there. The next one was, what was it? What is it? Rom Pom Pom?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, that one was also just
I will
whatever.
be giving an explanation now is because people expected Golden Child to keep the same type of music after the 3 songs that were obviously a trilogy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was I
didn't
I
like this
never
trilogy. There
expected
you
them
go.
to keep that sound after the trilogy because it was so
It was a
clearly set up to
trilogy.
be a trilogy and they
Again.
released
Yeah,
Pump It Up
exactly.
immediately afterwards.
It
So
was a trilogy, and then the trilogy is over.
and the trilogy is over.
Exactly.
So that's not the
Well,
type.
I'm waiting for
Now
this
we move
trilogy
on.
to be done.
Now
so
we've
move
moved on and we're still good. So
And we're still...
Yeah, this
like,
is a solid
this-
song. I like the
phenomenal.
choreography too,
So-
especially.
Okay,
Choreography
choreography
great.
is good. I'll give it to
Choreography's
that.
great.
But other than that,
the music
I
video
don't
not
care.
so great. I don't love
Music video is
the
very long
apocalyptic
for no
zombie
reason.
things that we're
Again,
doing
I
there.
have not heard the music video, I think, since it came out. I have only watched the choreography version since. Choreography version, great.
Yeah, that's the only version I watch now because the music video is like 7 minutes because it's a weird zombie movie, and I'm like, we didn't need to do this. Like,
And I
we
think that
didn't need
it
to
has
do
like
that for this song.
multiple pauses. It doesn't have like one massive pause
It's
in the middle.
got, like-
It's got like multiple
It's
small
multiple.
pauses.
It also is following like 3 different plot lines, but it's fine.
Except
we
the
leave-
one plot line I wanted to follow, which is what the fuck happened to Y?
We leave
We didn't
Y to
follow
die on
that,
a bus roof. It's
But
fine.
he didn't die.
It's fine.
But like I want
Uh,
to follow him more.
But the song
Y
is
is
great.
really proving himself to be the ultimate survivor this year. Good for
He
Y.
is. Because he also is like a big part of the Rom Pom Pom, which is also like a dystopian music video. So
I don't know what
Love
that's
that.
trying to tell us about Golden Child's
I
like
don't know.
in the zombie apocalypse, but like I'll team up with Y. That seems fun.
Sure.
But like
but this
back to
song
Burn
made it this high on this list because we listened to it and we're just like, it goes hard. Like it hits hard like every time you listen to it.
It
It
hit,
does.
re-listen to it. It hits harder than you remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it came out. This came out in January too.
February.
And it was one of the first songs. It was like one of the first like quarter songs of the year, or whatever. And it's like I listened to it a lot when it first came out, but like in the middle of the year, I kind of dropped off on it a little bit.
Mhm.
But it just listening to it again, it just goes so hard, and it's so good. I love it so much.
Everyone is just used in like the perfect way.
This is also one of their best line distributions for a song they've ever had. Like it's pretty good as well.
The rap actually fits well.
Yes. Yes,
Love
It's
that.
not too bad. I'll give it that. It's not too bad for idol rap.
It's Woolham rap. Like it's pretty on brand for Woolham
Look,
rap.
it is
Yeah.
It's
it
This
is
whole
idol
song
rap.
just screams Woolham, and it could have been replaced by any group.
Hey,
feel.
no.
Excuse
Drippin
you.
could not do this song. Trust
Drippin
me.
can't.
Drippin
They
could not
couldn't.
do this song.
Sure.
Drippin could not do this song. Also,
Like, maybe tweak it a little bit and give it to Infinite, but still, it doesn't seem like
Infinite
an
would have
song.
better rapping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Infinite would have better rapping.
Oh yes.
Yeah, if it would have better rapping.
But let's move on before Dan can shit on it more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
number
our
one.
I allowed it.
number one song of the year is a CIX's Cinema.
I agree with this. This is a really good
so
song.
good.
It's so
It's so
great.
good.
This is also like a quarter one song, and
Yes.
it made it all the way to best song of the year because nothing that has come out since has been good enough.
That's the thing. When this song came out, I think maybe a week after, like we're like talking, and we're like, because everything else that came out like in January, this came out like the early February. And,
Yeah.
like nothing in
Okay, yeah.
January was that good. Nothing that was coming out in February was that good. So like around like the
Mhm.
beginning of March, we were just like, is so far
What's happening with K-pop right
Cinema-
now?
Yeah,
Song
it's
of the
like
year.
it's like creativity
Yeah.
hit a low
and
this
we
year.
came up to the conclusion that Cinema was Song of the Year at that point in March.
Yes.
And then from there, nothing
You
changed.
might as well say it's MV of the year too, because they
the
actually
music video
do
is
film
really
it like
great.
a legit
Oh,
movie.
it's so fun. Yeah.
They're having
Like
so
it's
much
really
fun.
well done. Yeah.
I love this style for Six. Like
Yeah.
it's so
If
so
you
good.
told me that, like, what I wanted was Six to do, like, mellow, chill, just cool K-pop songs,
Mhm.
not bangers, I would have looked at you like you were crazy last year. And yet here we are. And I'm like, no, this is
And
what
they're
Six...
doing chill
Six
bangers.
wave-
They're-
And let me just
Right.
say, their
Continue.
first debut song is Movie Star. This song that is great. It's called Cinema. Coincidence? I don't think so. Say anything referencing
See?
film, it's gonna probably do well for them.
See, they're
honestly,
great.
like
love that.
it's great. It's
I
fantastic.
love that for them.
Yeah.
This was the other group that I decided to like delve my entire life into, which has now become my second favorite boy group, and it was all because this song came out, and I'm
You
like,
bought
alright,
their entire
I loved.
discography this
Well,
year.
here's
That's
the thing,
impressive.
right? I fell in love with aesthetic. All right,
did.
they
You did.
have a very
You really did.
clean collection, and I also like their structure to every album is very like progression. This was like a series they had planned, so it started with like Movie Star, like you said, ended with Cinema, and it was like a really great like progression. I mean, I loved Numb, and I loved the B-sides before, and then like I didn't understand Jungle, but I liked it a lot more when I figured it out. It does seem odd now that like they're trying to like push this other Apex group,
Ugh.
that they kind of like
We don't
went
mention them.
the opposite
talk about
direction,
them.
which is why I think I like it all the more, because like Wave did really really well as well, and it's like in the same vibe as this Cinema. So I hope that that's just what they decide to do, and they kind of like go away from like the really loud bangers that they used to do, which is unfortunate because I love BX and I think he's a good rapper, and I loved like
But I
like,
also think
but
he fits,
he sings
fits this
pretty well
concept quite
too.
well.
Mhm.
He did.
He
He
does.
got good parts, which helps because that's what the other time is that they try and do these opposite concepts that don't really fit their original normal voice, and then they can't adapt well enough. But the way that they gave him, it works out fine.
Oh yes.
He's a big doofus, and I love him. He's a great kid. Best leader. I could go on about this song forever. This is like one of my most played songs this year.
I mean,
Like,
I don't know what else to
haven't
say about
stopped
it. It's
listening to it.
phenomenal.
It's
It's
so
great.
good.
It's a great,
Great
song.
choreography.
Great choreography, great video, great
Great
vocals.
It's really
aesthetics.
great just all around.
Well
It's such a
filmed.
good
The
song.
other,
just
what I will say is,
generally.
for a group that used to do bangers, I like the restraint that was in this song because they don't put in a random super hard rap. They don't put in a random super intense dance break.
Like a
Dance
weird
break,
bridge section. Yeah, we don't
Nothing.
have any of that, which is great.
They don't make it really angsty like they used to. Yeah. They're all just smiling and having a great time.
It's cute and fun.
Their Japanese song is the exact same way as well. This is what they've done.
Wave
the last
was
three
also
comebacks.
great in the same realm. Yeah.
The full album as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Chef's
one of
kiss,
those where it's just
great.
like they figured out the concept and they're gonna they embodied the
I
concept.
hope they stick with it.
I really hope they do too.
I do
because
too. I love
I
it.
absolutely love this from them.
Well, I think it did well, so I think that's why they're just
Wave.
okay.
Wave gave me confidence.
I don't know how Wave blew up as much. Like in terms of like YouTube views and stuff, it's way more than anything they've done before.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like the most. We're comparing it. It's still relatively a smaller group compared to like others and stuff. But like it did well. So hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out what happens. Because again, they have an aesthetic and they have like this full series thing going around. So I've just, decided I have to get it all now.
Of course you do.
That's what happens.
Honestly, I feel that.
Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just you force yourself at this point once you start. So I've started. Great group to like. One Us and CIX. Those are my two boys.
Both of them made the list. They're bookend the top 10 list.
10 and number 1. Bam.
Very happy.
Bam.
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 So this has been our top 10 songs of 2021. I literally think only me and Sammy would be able to make a list that is kind of as inconsistently weird as this one is. So
entirely so.
You two would.
Here we are.
J1 for life, bitches. J1 will be on every year's list.
J1 will be here
God.
always. They will be here always, yes.
And RBW.
RBW will also probably be here.
We like too many RBW groups, that's the thing.
I won't complain. For now, I'm not going to complain, so.
Yeah, so, turn into next week, because next week we're going to go over the top 10 worst songs of the year.
Well, it's an infinitely more fun list.
I think it will be fun. I also think it's more universally agreed upon with, members of the podcast that those songs are bad,
and
too,
I also think members of the public as well.
Yes, correct. Some people will definitely not agree, but, if you don't like that, then don't listen to it.
Make your
you don't
own
have
list.
to. Make your own list. But yes, we are available on all major podcasting platforms such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you're there, leave us a review if you like the podcast. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our podcast episodes with visual elements if they have any. And also we do a fun clip video every week as well. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter account, and those are linked in the description of every episode. Also, as a reminder, we will have a voting prediction poll out for our end of the year awards at this point. That's linked under our discussion on the nominees. So if you want to go fill that out before the end of the year, go do that as well. But yes, we will see you guys in the next episode for Worst of the Year and the last one of 2021. So next time after that will be 2022.
Bye.
We made it.
We did it.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.